Do you like Star Wars? No, it's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't.
Do I like Star Wars?
Okay.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it, dude. When people are like, "Do you like Star Wars?" I'm like, okay, do I reveal how nerdy I am, or do I kind of keep it in a little bit? Or go like, oh yeah, like what's his name? Jabba the Yoda? What's the slug?
Which mask are you wearing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which one can I reveal?
Yeah.
But
well,
I'm
if this
huge
helps you
Star
at
Wars
all,
fan. I've been watching the Mall show.
Okay,
I watched
sick.
Ahsoka. I
Sick.
watched all of it. I watched every conspiracy video. I watched a video the other day about Coruscant.
okay.
And like how the plumbing works in Coruscant.
You are way deeper than me. I love that. I want to know about that.
There's not much. It's like it was like a 28-minute video, and I'm like, how are we gonna be talking about plumbing for 28 minutes? And then it was actually pretty good. So
okay.
I'll send you the
I actually would love to check
But you have to watch episodes 1, 2, and 3 this show in order to understand
to get the full
plumbing.
context of that plot. Yeah.
That's the tough part about Star Wars is there's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's better when you know the like what's gonna happen later or what's happened before.
Yep.
But there is so much that when you're introducing it to someone, it's like, how do you start? How do you if you were gonna introduce Star Wars to someone?
I had a very in-depth conversation about this.
Okay,
recently.
good. Let's get into it right now.
Yeah.
How would you introduce it?
There was it's like the shotgun method or whatever, where it's like you watch episodes 4, 5, and then you jump back and you do 1, 2, 3, and then you finish with 6. And
is this the guy that played Darth Maul? His take?
Sam Winton?
Yeah, I think he said something about something similar.
He had a take. I forget where it's at because I know that David Cornsweet, who played Superman, he brought up it's like something to do with like a razor viewing, or it's like something to do with like cutting.
Shotguns and razors,
yeah,
and lightsabers.
I don't know, but it's like he has a different way. He leaves out, I think, Phantom Menace because some people think that Phantom Menace isn't necessary to get like the full arc of Anakin. And
I don't know. I feel like you got to watch the clips. Of him as a little boy.
Yeah, I think it's
to know where
it's a part of the whole experience, especially like. You get to see Darth Maul, and you get to see Duel of the Fates.
Oh,
so like,
it's huge. Qui-Gon, you get to see baby Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
you get to see kind of weird hand puppet Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Or is Phantom Menace? Did they have the puppet?
Yeah, they had the puppet.
Because I remember
they might have replaced it now.
Yeah,
but...
they Disney probably
yeah
ossified him or whatever they call it.
Oh, what do you do? Where are you landing? Is it just like 1, 2, 3, 4? Or?
I think to start with 1 would be a mistake. I think introducing Star Wars 15 minutes later, you see Jar Jar.
Yeah,
it's just a brutal way to bring someone in. I think you have to do A New Hope because like that makes 3 a tragedy versus just a whoa, that was cool. And like it just makes episode 3 so sad.
Yeah,
So I think you go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then you forget about 7, 8, 9, and you watch the Clone Wars, and then you just are at peace. You're like, and nothing else happened. I think the Han Solo movie, it's actually kind of cool if you just let it be that. You don't kind of compare it.
No, I feel you there.
But
Rogue One, I love.
Rogue One as well,
and Andor, of course.
which I still need to watch Andor, which is crazy.
Really?
I know.
Wow, dude.
I think my problem is I'm lizard brain, so if I don't see lightsaber fight, it's not as interesting. So, and I'm like, oh, there's no lightsabers. I'm like, it's just a harder sell for me, even though I know it's good. There's like crazy good levels of writing. Because I don't see people go. I'm like,
they go pew pew.
They go pew pew.
They do go pew pew.
Yeah, they go pew pew. But yeah, I've been watching the Darth Maul show too, and I saw the things about how they incorporated the actor playing Darth Maul's voice into the sounds of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cool?
That's really cool.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
he knows that character well by this point.
He knows so much about Star Wars too. Like I thought I was a nerd. Like I know the plumbing of Coruscant, but he can tell you like in depth anything about Star Wars. It feels like every time they interview him, he's got some new level of like why Qui-Gon grew his goatee the way he did at this age and how it developed into a beard and how that beard symbolizes this and that. And you're like, what are you
that is crazy to me. Like I love nerding out on like the story of Star Wars, but when it comes to like the inner workings of it all, of the whole galaxy, like that's next level, and I respect it. I respect the people who do know that.
The respect is insane. It's crazy. Would you ever want to be part of a Star Wars movie, like creating it the production of it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I would love that.
What would you want to do?
In any facet.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like it would be fun to tell a more Andor type story where like Star Wars Visions I really love.
Yeah.
I think that it's really cool doing more not the anthology, but just like creating like utilizing the galaxy that is Star Wars and then bringing in these new characters that are like so fun and compelling and these crazy set pieces and it's just so Star Wars still.
Yeah.
And you can totally tell the DNA is there, but just with like a new story.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
So doing something like that, whether live action or animated, would be really fun.
That would be cool. I think that was what they did so well with the Visions, was kind of let the one-offs be their own thing and be super interesting, because Star Wars has just always been kind of about the Skywalkers, but then they could kind of just do whatever they wanted. So I'll be curious to see, like, with new Star Wars projects coming out soon, that like how much will they involve the Skywalker stuff, or will it just be kind of its own thing? Yeah. So,
are you like the Ryan Gosling one, or
was it like the Starfleet or Starfighters?
Starfighter,
Star guy. I don't know. Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. He's been in space so much,
bro loves space.
He loves space. He just wants to get away from her. Okay, so Mr. Johnny, thank you,
Mr. Alex,
for being on Met by Coincidence. We met, let's see, about 2 years ago in like January
of 24.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because we did a film together. It was your film.
Yep,
talent show.
Senior in film school.
Yes, and you needed an actor to wear
a very bright leotard.
That was like reflective. And I was depressed, so I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And it was legit so much fun, because it was like, the whole premise was just like two people that were on stage kind of, and what was it that I kind of like was making it about myself?
Yeah,
not involving her.
This was based on a true story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did this happen to you?
This didn't happen to me. It happened to my friend who wrote this script.
Yeah.
Her friend. This happened to her where she was doing a talent show, and we kind of like added more exaggeration and drama to the story by having there be a connection where she was like helping the guy practice and like doing all these things and showing that she thought she was really hitting it off with this guy.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, he was just practicing to do it solo at the talent show. And so like the thing we shot, it was the girl being like, hey, she's in the full leotard too. And he's like, yo, why are you dressed up? And she's like, we've been practicing. And it's like this whole awkward situation.
Yeah.
She goes off to the side. He goes on stage. And then there's this moment of like, this is what the true story was, where he dedicated a backflip to the girl in honor of her, of like, hey, let me make it up to you.
Yeah.
And so he dedicates it to her and then totally botches the backflip and lands on his face.
Yeah.
And that did, in our version at least, win the girl's heart.
Yeah. In our version. Who knows in real life if that would work. But yeah, it was so much fun. Because that's where I first met you. You were running around because you were directing as well. So you were like manning the ship.
Yep.
And
I was directing that short with you at the same time that I was shooting my senior thesis.
Oh man.
Because the one I shot with you was a class assignment.
Okay.
And the thesis was just like for fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's
it was like a 26-minute musical period piece.
Oh wow.
And then the project with you was like, okay, how do I shoot this at the same time in between weekends of that?
To be in film school again. Oh man. Well, I also remember because an aspect of it was we did a rehearsal before we shot, and what was crazy was my mom was in Arizona, and so I wound up driving to go see her for the weekend, and then I think the rehearsal was on Sunday. And on the drive back, I got a flat tire in the middle of the desert.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I need to make it to rehearsal. Like, I'm a good actor. I don't want to let them down. And so, like, it was the weirdest experience because I was just in the middle of the desert. I was able to get a tow truck to show up, but they were convinced that I was in some remote, like, area where I was going to die if I was parked there. And I was like, no, it's an open area. I was like, I could see a cliff where rocks could fall, but they're like, you're going to get killed. You got to go. And I was like, I think I'll be all right. Long story short, I was able to make it to the rehearsal.
Wow.
But it was just like this whole like, I think I was like a few minutes late or something. But
that's like a whole John Hughes movie, right?
It was. It straight up was. And it was like, yeah, it was expensive. But we got there. My mom felt so bad. I was like, Mom, you you didn't slip my tires.
Mhm.
Somebody else did in Arizona. That's not you.
Dang.
But I made it there and then put on the leotard jumpsuit.
Yep.
And yeah, I still have it. And yeah, I wear it
He
from
puts
time
it
to
on
time.
every time.
Yeah,
every
just
now
to
and then.
feel
Sends me
something.
selfies.
Yeah, it's on my hinge. I just strut it out in the mirror. But yeah, it was so much fun. When I met you, I just immediately felt so calmed. Like you have one of the most calming personalities and energies I've ever met in LA, which is so hard to find because most of the people out here, God bless them, are just and maybe it's the
Little
matcha,
bit
but
capped
it's
up,
like
yeah.
they're just all over the place. But you have such like a calm, discerning spirit to you, and it
That's
was
very sweet. Thank you.
so nice to be around. And
Yeah.
as a director, it was huge because as an actor, you're overthinking everything. You're like, I forgot all my lines suddenly,
Mhm.
but I never felt like freaked out. Like I felt
Yeah.
like you were running the ship smoothly, and despite all the craziness going on, you were able to keep level head. So yeah.
I feel like you especially saw that in the other film we did, Postmaster.
Yes,
when
yes.
we were also directing with a little kiddo,
Oh yeah.
and he was running around the set, around
Yep.
the pool.
Yep. Yeah, he was
and there was
literally
also
like,
a fight scene.
La 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 la. You're like, all right, we're doing a movie, and he's
Yeah.
like, what if I hit you with the sword? Yeah, that was super fun.
But once
too.
we said action, he locked in.
Yeah, he locked in. He was great. But that poor kid, like your brain goes like, da da da. This is just playing pretend, and you're like, okay, well, yep, but
Yep.
there's more stakes to it than just playing pretend. But that was so like the Postmaster essentially was like John Wick if
Mhm.
a mail delivery service, and that was seriously when people are like, "What's some of your favorite things you've done in LA?" That's one of the things I get to say, like,
Really?
because I'm only in it for like a sliver, but then I'm like,
but you're like a prominent part of it.
but yeah, I'm
nonetheless.
like I'm a piece of the puzzle, but like.
You're the heart of the film, bro.
Yeah, I'm the heart of the film, really?
Yeah,
You
you're the
think
heart.
so?
That scene is the heart of the film.
Stop it. But
You're like the dead wife flashback. That's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
the
I'm like in the movie when like the dead wife flashback, they're like under the curtains, like the white curtain, they're
Yes.
like blankets, and it's
that was
just like,
literally you, bro.
ooh.
Just
It's
the,
just not
the brother
me.
version.
The brother version, not the dead wife version.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, that movie is so cool. It's like I tell everyone, they're like, "What's your favorite?" I say Postmaster's way up there because it's just so cool, and like all the fight scenes are cool. Is there a way for people to watch it? Like if I were
Soon.
to...
It's going through the festivals right
Okay,
now.
nice. Yeah.
And it will be available probably in like a year. But
Okay.
We'll have more details.
Let me know.
I will.
Let me know.
Let me know.
Let me know. Because I would love to share that with people. Because
Yeah.
I've gotten to do quite a few student films. Some are great. Some are
Student films.
some are student films. And so when people are like, "Oh, what have you done lately?" You're like, "Well, I did this." Yeah. And they're like, "Let me see it." And you're like, it's in the festival run.
This is gonna be in festival for a few
yeah,
years.
for a few years. It's really doing well. But then this one, I was like, I really want to show people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, then we just reconnected recently. You held an event here
in this very
in this very
backyard.
and I left my backpack here. And I was like, what a perfect excuse to do a podcast.
Perfect.
Wow, look at that.
Bro strategically left his backpack
Yeah,
behind
it
so
was-
that he could come back and
It was
do
a ploy.
podcast with me.
That's all. I could have just asked, but no, I made
No.
it complicated.
You had to
and
do a
weird.
meet cute.
Oh, sorry, I left my that. Oh, you want to do a podcast? With silly little me?
Oh, shucks.
Okay. No, I gotta just start asking people.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
do it. Yeah, probably a better move.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for doing this, dude. This
Yeah.
will be fun. Typically, I ask people a bunch of random questions.
Hit me with it.
Today, I'm gonna start with, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh. The longest time I answered this was to be a grandpa.
Oh.
Like it would be cool to be a dad. I can't wait to be a dad. Hopefully one day.
Yeah,
God willing. But
the next
the
step.
next step. That's what I'm excited
Yeah.
for.
Why grandpa over father?
It's just like you get to wear the things you actually want to wear. I mean, you get that as a dad. There's dad fits, but like grandpa fits, you actually like bring style
yeah.
back. You know,
The phone belt. Yeah, like-
if you can't tell by like the sweater, like
Right.
I yearn for the grandpa
yearn to be a grandpa.
fits. But
Why?
realistically though, I love being the grandpa figure because like that feels like a fun way to be involved in like not only like your family's lives but also community, because like in an ideal world, in an ideal like culture and community, like elderly kind of like mingle about with one another. They have like there's elderly centers and stuff where people go to community center events and bingo nights. Like
Yeah.
that, like that's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be hosting bingo nights.
Bro just wants to do bingo.
Yeah.
Get that free space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that's good because you just aspire to have just a calm, relaxed, like future, basically. Just like
Yeah. Not sure
community.
how that will turn out. But
yeah. Good luck. Good luck. But dang. So, but you got to do so. Yeah, you have a few steps in the way before you can be a grandpa, unless you like are old and adopt. Can you adopt grandchildren?
That's a good question.
Or
You're like,
do they
is it like a
just
package
become-
deal? Do you think that it's like
Yeah.
discounted if you get
think
both
so.
generations
I
at
think-
once?
I think so. I think it's a discounted deal.
Is that a tax break?
Yeah, it is a tax break. I just saw it. I thought about doing it because
Okay.
somehow adopting a child is cheaper than paying taxes. I don't know how, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's such a good answer, though. And I see it. You're gonna be a good grandpa. It's
Thank
gonna
you,
be.
dude.
Can I be your grandson?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You'll be my first grandson.
Yes. All right, cool. You don't even have to adopt me. I'll just name you.
Alex Matthews Harmon.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, Christmas is gonna be awesome because then I'll be able to have 2 Christmases. It's gonna be great. Okay, so you're gonna want to be a grandpa when you grow up. That's awesome. Let's see. Are you, besides becoming a grandpa, what else do you want to be right now?
Like career-wise?
Yeah,
Career-wise, I want to direct. That's the dream.
Yeah.
I love directing narrative stuff, but I've also done a lot of like music video stuff and live event directing, and that's really fun for me because that's like the bingo night. Circling back to that, like creating creating events for like community and people to come and gather and kind of like remember how to be with one another, and also just simply how to be, not to get too philosophical.
No, please.
But yeah, like I feel like spending time in community with people is such a vital experience that is, yeah, I feel like, I hope it's not like harsh to say that it's forgotten in like American cultures. Like there is definitely some pockets of America that have very strong communities, and I think that is normally thanks to whatever cultural backgrounds those pockets have. At least for me, and like where I grew up, that like it was really strong to have community and family, but like outside of that, like there was a lot of effort that had to be put in to help people gather. So directing those live events, whether that be a concert in the backyard or whatever, like that's collabing, not collabing, but combining 2 different passions that I have of bringing people together, and then also art. And I love music, I love film. And art is something that helps people understand not only themselves but the world they live in. And that is a thing I'm very passionate about. And how to impart any sort of wisdom or conviction I can in people while I'm here, I think is a good thing to do.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's really well put. Because I mean, it is true. It's you are bringing a community together, and I think it's harder to do that with other art forms, but you have to with film. You have to bring a team together, and a film family together in order to make it happen. I mean, if you look at the films where it's like written, produced, directed, blah blah blah, acted first, blah blah, all by one guy, it's like it's tough to really be the best thing ever. But if it's like you have the right people in the right roles doing it all together, how much better it typically is. So that's cool. What is a answer to something you're trying to find in your life right now?
Do I know the answer already?
I don't
know. Something I'm trying to find in life right now.
Could be related to career. It could be related to love. It could be let's talk love. It could be related to just life in general.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to learn again how to be disciplined. That's not in like a weird David Goggins kind of discipline. It's more so in just like creating routine, sticking to that, and then understanding that I get to live a very awesome, pretty blessed life in a pretty beautiful area. And because of that, I need to like steward that as best as I can
Mm.
and steward the world that I get to live in as best I can. And I think that trying to find that discipline will help me to focus in on that and also just who I am in my relationships with other people.
Yeah.
Because I want to also be as best a friend. I think a friend is also can be viewed as like a steward of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to be a good uncle, I want to be a good
Grandpa.
brother, grandpa eventually. Yeah.
What are some things that you're finding helps create more discipline?
Accountability is always good. You
Mhm.
know, going into something together with someone.
Yeah.
And like things that like are more practical of like, oh, like what do you want to be seeing discipline in?
Mm-hmm.
Like making like routines to your day, whether because like I work from home, I mostly freelance and I have a
Nice.
part-time at a church, and
Yeah.
so doing the freelance life, I kind of like have the freedom to sleep in as long as I want and to kind of just not work until the very hour I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of I think can suffocate creativity in certain ways, and that's something I want to avoid at all costs. So I've definitely like me and my buddy, who's one of my housemates. He works from home as well as an editor, and so we've kind of like unspokenly have aligned our routines where like we're trying to get up earlier and we're working, and then we have like a set thing like at lunch we're gonna watch a show of something that like a story that really inspires us and
That's
invigorates us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna eat our lunch watching that show. We're gonna go back to work, and then we're gonna
Nice.
keep on working, and then we're gonna like have dinner around the same time or something.
Yeah.
And that kind of just like going at it together, I think
Yeah.
really helps. Of like, hey, like we're going to try to continue to pursue a creative lifestyle,
Yeah.
not just on our own with the will and power all on your own to do it yourself. But no, you gotta learn how to submit sometimes in certain ways.
No, that's cool, and I think I need to create that too because I also am working on like discipline because I have a lot of that freelance schedule too, and
it's very easy to just scroll through
sleep
Instagram in the morning.
Wake up, you're like, but maybe I go back to bed.
Yeah.
There's nobody asking me to be up. So you
Yeah.
go back to bed, and then it's noon, and you're like, ah, and then suddenly you're awake and feel anxiety because you're like, I slept in way too late, and then
totally.
you're running around. But that discipline, it's tough to do on your own. I've been trying to do it on my own, but I really do feel like I need to like form like a group or something of people being like either wake up or just like day to day that we're all trying to just create it together. I mean, I've gotten a few books on it, but then I don't have the discipline to read the books on it. So then
that's that like that whole dynamic is kind of like I respect people who are able to like write scripts on their own because like it's so hard for me to do a solo an isolated creative process like that.
Yeah.
Whereas the stuff that I'm doing is always like in collaboration where I'm like I'm editing or directing something with an artist or a client, and I'm like getting feedback and we're continuing to work through it and stuff. So like you said, like even if you're in that position per se of like doing that solo script, for me, like I always like am bumping it by people like, hey, like what do you think about this scene and stuff. And so that kind of keeps me more accountable of like if they're expecting to hear something about the progress, then like that's helpful. But yeah.
That's cool.
That feels like a soapbox.
No, that's good. Soapboxes are good. Do you feel like because you're very collaborative on projects, do you have as much fear releasing stuff into the world? Because I think sometimes the hardest part about creating something is the release of it and sort of the fear of judgment and what if people think it's bad? What if nobody wants to see it? What if I share it and nobody cares? Do you think working with a lot of people has helped that?
That's really interesting. I think that my experience working with other people has helped me to if I have this idea and I'm wanting to make a film of it, I've had to release it from the beginning of like approaching someone to join me in that project. Because the moment I have like a producer hop on, or I want someone else to write the script of this idea, then that's like immediately like, hey, I'm opening my palm, and this is no longer just mine to control.
Yep.
And because of that, by the time that it's all said and done, I don't feel as much protection or insecurity about like opening my palm once again, because it's been open of like, all right, this is what it's been, and I've seen it for what it is, and even if it's not something I'm fully satisfied by, like it's what we did all together as a team, and I don't know. I've never had like a feeling. There's been one project where I didn't put it out, and that was my first project I ever directed as a freshman in film school.
Yeah.
And then everything else past that, no matter how like crappy I thought it was, like oh, like it's a completed film, and that's always like, to complete it is such a huge like achievement.
Yes. I'm sure there is just a like multitude of ghosts of films just that were never quite finished that are just like haunting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working on something for a while, and I've just been busy, so I've been able to finish editing it. But it's literally haunting me like a ghost, like, why haven't you completed me yet? And I'm like, I know you're there. I know. I need to finish it.
What do you feel like's holding you back right now?
Just time, and just sort of the it's a larger thing to put together, and I was super grateful to get to work with a production team that had really nice equipment, and I'm used to filming with like smaller level equipment that's, while it's not as good quality, it's easier to put together and assemble kind of the footage and the audio, whereas this is more of
a little
like
bit more complex setup.
And so it's been sort of a bigger bowl to tackle, and I really want to get it done, and like I don't want to like fail the people that worked on it by them not getting to see it, but sort of I just need to do, like, instead of thinking as like, oh, I need to finish editing that film today, I need to say I need to work on it for 10 minutes and just not think of it as like a whole thing they have to do, but rather just, can you work on something for 10 minutes? Yeah, I could probably do that. And then like whether that turns into 2 hours of working on it because I said the 10, or if it's just 10 minutes, then at least I worked on it. So I just need to get better at that. That's part of that discipline thing. Kind of creating that schedule. But also I'm an editor in work too, so it's sort of like, it's kind of like if you work at a 5-star restaurant, you might get McDonald's on your way home. Like, you're like, I don't want to cook when I get home. You're sort of like, if I'm editing all day, I'm like, I don't want to edit. Like, but I just need to commit and get it done. So hopefully this is my sign, Alex, as you're editing this video itself, you got to edit that too. So
no, I really do relate though to what you were saying of like, I always feel that pressure of like, people have invested time into this. Like, there was a project where especially I had that happen, and it was like I shot 2 days. First day we shot 7.5 pages.
Dang.
Second day it was 1.5 pages, just because it was mostly fight scenes.
Okay, yeah.
And we, on that second day on set, there was a mistake made by a crew member who ended up having a hard drive malfunction. And we lost all the footage from the first day.
Oh, the 7.5 pages.
Yeah, the 7.5 pages. So like the majority of the film. And it was like, oh, like the biggest, like, like I just feel so terrible. And like, because it's not solely the crew member's fault.
Right.
Like I should have like pushed to have a backup made, not just that one place that we had it the night before. And so it was just like, we tried to get the hard drive recovered. It wasn't working out, sent to this facility and everything. And so I was like, this was also in between this is right before my last year of college. This was like a for fun project. And it was pretty much shoestring budget. I had like a guy donate like a good amount of the budget, and that was like mostly the whole budget.
Yeah.
And then
$2 in a lollipop.
Yeah. And we'd like gotten a lot of people who were interested in it, so there were people who were totally invested, and I had a friend do a lot of animated sequences for the film, and they were already completed by the point we had shot. So I had this full animated sequence and a fight sequence
Wow.
and nothing else. It's no story. And I was like, oh, like, and I was already in pre-production for my thesis at that
Yeah.
point. So I was like having to get ready to shoot that big musical. And then I was moving on to help my friends who had produced the janitor, the one that had the hard drive malfunction. The janitor, like all those producers, they're moving on to their own theses
Right.
as
Yeah.
well in the months to come. And so like my whole crew is unavailable. My actors got haircuts in the time in between. So everyone's looking like it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to rewrite this if I do it.
Yeah.
And I for a month I just spiraled and I was so
Oh.
like mental health was low for many reasons. And I was just like I felt so like the biggest fool ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I do that? But like I ended up pulling through and I ultimately did it because of my pride. Like it was like, man, I cannot be known as the guy who got all this hype for a project and didn't complete it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy. And so I'm going to push through and I'm going to do it. So I rewrote it. And I shot it on Wednesday nights in between different theses that I was also a part of.
Oh, dang.
And we like stole the camera from those thesis projects. They lent it to us. And I like rewrote it and everything. I got it to work. And it ended up being even better than the original. And I was very grateful to my crew who helped make that happen.
Yeah.
And I looked at myself at the end of it and I was just like, man, pride is a pretty good motivation, but like that's probably not the best motivation ever.
Yeah, it definitely gets the job done though.
Yeah,
Instead of like people's expectations of you. You're like,
I gotta fix that. And but moving forward, like I felt so much like pressure, and I was just like I felt so like dirty, and that gutty feeling never really went away.
Yeah.
Through that whole process, and the next film that I came to, I was like, I can't let this be what is like my main motivator and what is my caffeine pushing me through the finish line.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to be a sustainable thing, and it's not going to like help me be healthy in any sort of way.
Right.
So I was like, I got to find new motivations. And that project, it was like my family. I wanted to make that musical for my family and something that they could enjoy.
Yeah.
And other projects in the future, I'm trying to think of just like, if there's a project that like I feel like people genuinely need to hear and hear the story, like that's going to be my motivation, like for those people to hear that story that has really impacted me in my life. And so like that's like been a whole thing of just like moving away from just like reputation as a reputation as a motivation and pride as a motivation and all those different vice motivations.
Yeah.
But it is very effective.
Yeah, it is very effective.
Sorry, another soapbox.
No, it's good. And honestly, it's one of those where it's like terrible to go through that. And I've been in similar spaces of sort of that film world. But how lucky we are to go through those now versus later on huge things and with more people involved, more money involved. It's sort of the lucky thing of going through film school and being student filmmakers to learn the mistakes then when the stakes are a little lower, even though in the moment they're like, this is soul crushing. It's like to learn those things now versus later, it's always good. But in the moment, it's just the worst. Like there were a few things, like we would do student films in high school. And there was one time where we had wrote this like medieval fantasy thing, super goofy, Monty Python kind of style. And we had cast someone in a role thinking that they would be great for it, and then we filmed a whole day with them, and they would we were like in high school, so people that were like, you're doing what? You're a film, what you're doing a short film. So it was like you get people together to kind of just do it. And so the person there was awesome to work with, but he would kind of like do a take and then kind of like stop in the middle of it and just gonna be like, oh, are you still going? You're kind of like, okay, all right, yep. So we're still rolling. And so by the end of the day, it was like, this doesn't quite feel right. And then he sent us a message like, hey, I think, I don't really think I can do it anymore. I'm kind of, I don't really want to do it anymore. I don't remember his exact wording, but it was essentially
it sounds like a high schooler
response. Yeah. Like, I have a lot of biology homework, and I have to set up the school dance. And,
not really feeling it.
Not really feeling like, dude, it's July. What are you talking about? Like, what biology homework? But then we wound up being like, what do we do? And then I reached out to another friend who had kind of did theater. And then he stepped in and he absolutely killed it. He was perfect.
Let's go, friend.
He looked just enough alike that we could use a specific shot that was crucial. and just speed it up really fast and keep it and not have to refilm with somebody else. And then we just reshot a lot of the stuff with him, and it worked out for the better. And
that understudy grew up to be Timothy Chalamet.
He is Timothy Chalamet. He has never given me a shout out. And it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. No, sadly not. But yeah, it's sort of those mistakes that you learn and things of like, we spent so much time doing this, but then, like you said, like the rewrite became better, and yeah, sometimes those mistakes can turn into something better. Sometimes they don't, and you're like, all right, well, this just happened. I learned from it, but I think it's good to have those mistakes now versus later on. You know, when you're working for Disney doing Star Wars, and Ryan Gosling's like, hey, I don't really like acting anymore. And you're like, oh, fair. Okay.
All right.
What do we do? Yeah. Can you imagine if Ryan Gosling was like, I think I'm done? I'd be like, so no more good movies? So it's over?
No more.
So we got Steve Buscemi and that's it? That's the last one? Oh no. It's all Timothy Chalamet movies from now on. Which I think he's a good actor. I think he's kind of like an annoying guy.
Yeah.
Like he seems Yeah.
I
hope all well for him, No bad. I think, he just kind of he plays ping pong and kind of says weird shit, and I'm like, dude, you can be better. You can do better. You can be better. If I meet him, though, I'll be like, oh my god, I always loved you.
I would love to be a supporting role.
I love you. I'll play your son. I can do it. Probably. He's got a goatee now. He could probably play it.
You could be a really good dead brother flashback for him.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've done it before. I can do it again. Oh man. Okay. Well, let me see. Now, this is a question I typically ask, and you've kind of answered a little bit, but I typically ask it towards the end. And it's, how do you want to be remembered? It's kind of a big question, so it's okay.
No, that's a good one. I want to be remembered as a person I mean, like, I feel like this is hopefully an answer most people would give, so it's going to start generic.
That's fine.
But I want to be remembered as a person who loved others and put others before myself, no matter how hard that is and actively is right now.
Yeah.
I'm not like a naturally selfish person, but those instincts always kick in eventually.
Yeah.
And I also hope to be known as someone who would die for what he believes in a sense, both like mostly figuratively, but also literally. And I think that also is just tied together with like being confident in the work that you're pursuing and the reason why you're pursuing it.
Yeah.
And that I would also be known as someone who had a reason always and never did anything for a stupid reason, no matter how roundabout that reason came. Like, even if I'm having to help on a vertical shoot, hopefully there's a good reason that I'm doing that.
There, brother.
And like that, I would always have that reason, and that the question was like, what would I hope to be known for?
Yeah, hope to be remembered. Yeah, how do you want people to remember you?
I hope they remember me for my laugh.
Yeah.
Because I hope that joy can always be prevalent in memories of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. It's like it's true because they will. You're like I said earlier, you have such a calm presence. You also have such like a it's like a.
I got some
Jack Johnson, you know what I mean? Okay. You're like, everyone's like banana pancakes. Yeah, like I feel like you just bring like a bubbleitos. Dude, I went through a period where I was just like everything was kind of falling apart, and literally the only thing that got me through was just listening to Jack Johnson all day, which I know is like the whitest thing to ever say, but it was like,
still
dude,
true. It's still true.
And you carry that same presence of just like that calm and peace and.
I try to remain constant, no matter how silly that constant may be.
Yeah, exactly. What are some of the things that keep you calm and peaceful, because I know we're all human, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
who you are all the time and like all that. But like, what are
Yeah.
some things that have helped shape you?
I mean, I'm not always calm on the inside. I
Mhm.
do think I think I could act.
Yeah. I have a 3D soul. Yeah.
No. I think something that's helped is like I went to therapy for a bit, and they talk about like preparing you with a tool belt to
Yeah.
then approach like situations in the future so you can address them. And those situations for me are always very anxious situations. I got very overwhelmed. At that time, I was explaining to a janitor that film that went wrong, my thesis, and then all those different things. Even when I was shooting with you, like I was going to therapy at that time, and I was just like so like overwhelmed and overworked and overcommitted. And I think a part of those tool belts, it's just been helpful to take a step back and breathe. And that's kind of circling back to what I said about like learning how to simply be. There's so much importance in rest, and also importance in letting yourself feel the hard emotions, because I held myself back from ever being sad or anxious or angry, and that just compiled up. It's just like people stuffing their emotions down, that whole classic human thing to do. And I learned how important it is and helpful it is to not do that, and to let myself be angry, let myself be anxious, let myself feel those things, but then acknowledge too that there is a certain heavenly peace that I can attain, that I can try to see the world through, that realizes that this is all out of my control. And that's okay. And through my worldview, like I am okay with that, because I've believe that there is a purpose to all of it, and that helps me to navigate through those situations and have peace through it. And then also just practically breathing a lot, and I don't drink caffeine anymore. And I try to actually get good sleep and eat well, because gut health is normal health.
It's huge.
Yeah, but I'm also not weird about it. I still have Del Taco and stuff.
We won't tell anyone.
No matter how much my mom says I should.
Sorry, Mom, I need the green sauce. Yeah. No, that's good. I think to not let yourself feel those emotions is kind of robbing yourself from the full experience, and kind of I feel like sometimes as guys too, we're supposed to just kind of be like and to not be able to express that is hurtful. So it's good. I went to therapy for a while too. I stopped because my therapist quit. I was like, I didn't know that could happen. I thought the therapist would either like retire or die, but like guy was like, I think I'm.
He's like,
done.
I can't do anything to this.
No, we tried.
It's hopeless.
A, B, C, all the way to Z. We got no more options. You're done, kid. No, he was like, I can't remember. I think he said something about like becoming like a scuba instructor or something. I was like, you're just changing careers entirely. He was like, I just want to let you know this is my last time with you. You've been awesome, but I'm switching careers. I was like,
he was frustrated with his patients not going deep enough. That he's going to the deepest depth he can.
Yeah, exactly. One day I'll find him again, and I'll be like, "You want to be on a podcast?" and he'll be like, "Who are you?" I'm like, yeah. But I've been trying to find a new therapist. The last therapist I went to was like this guy that was about our age. And he had like his setup, because it's all online therapy. His setup was like a Twitch streamer setup. He had a mic that was like literally lit up like in a rainbow color. And
all right, chat. Like, my buddy here, Alex, is so pressed. What are we gonna do?
What's up? Throw it in the chat. What are the best options for him?
Yes, thank you for the roses.
Thank you for the roses. Ooh, ooh. I was like, but the way he would talk to me was sort of, I'd be like, so this is who I am. This is what I've been through. Blah, blah, blah. This is kind of what I deal with. And he'd be like, that sucks, dude. For real. And I'm like, all right. Feels like I'm at like Alpha Delta Zank or whatever. Just talking with a homie sitting here. I was like, I don't think I could do this. So but I do need to find a new therapist, because I think therapy is so good and so important. But
it's definitely very important in the seasons you need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to be in it. Like maybe sometimes there's a season where you're like, I'm good. But I think it's always good to, because there was times where I was like, hey, I'm not really in a bad space, but I know it could potentially happen.
Yeah.
I could see
Being
the wave
proactive
coming,
is
so I'm
very
just
good.
gonna start
Yeah.
now. So when I'm
Yeah.
in the thick of it,
That is very smart. That is
Yeah.
the right way to do it, I feel.
yeah. So it was sort of like, I was like prepared for war about to happen. Like the nukes, I heard the sirens, but they weren't quite there.
Yeah.
It was like, let's just get this started now. So when things did fall apart, I was kind of ready. So yeah, but that's good. And so I've been trying to feel more emotions too, because as an actor, you kind of need to. If you don't, it's kind of you're gonna do a lot of background.
I don't know. You can fake it pretty well though sometimes.
Yeah,
And then you get stuck making it.
it's tough because if I have to do a crying scene, I have to have like at least do like 2 days of prep. Like it takes me a lot to get there. But I'm trying to get better. But
do you think that's just like the general way that you like are just having grown up and stuff is what like makes it more difficult?
I think so. I think because when I'm by myself, it can come a lot faster, I guess. But like in front of people, it's really difficult, and it's sort of I'm always fighting that like image of who I want to be in front of others, while compromising that to act. It's like a weird thing where trying to take down that mask to then be somebody else. Can be difficult in multiple ways. So
no, totally.
But and also it's just difficult to cry. Some people can do it like that, but then they can't like smile. And you're like they're going through it. Whereas just like I just have a harder time, not because I'm like everything's great. Like it's just sort of just it's just hard to do that. But yeah. What's like a thing that as a director, this will be the last question. Okay. But what's like as a director, what are things that you like the actors do that help sets go smoother?
Like things I appreciate that actors do?
Yeah.
No, their lines. No. I mean, it also comes down to like there is a responsibility of, casting and the director to find the person who can do these things well, and a person who is going to be invested into the story being told. So there's like it's a bit of like a give and take there. But things that I appreciate that actors do is just like they show up to work and then they also show up to the family meal. And I think you need to be able to do both sometimes to have like a fun time. You can show up to work and you can go through the whole thing and that'll be great and you'll get the whole thing done. And you can show up to the family meals and phone in work and that'll still in some sense be enjoyable, but you're shortchanging what your performance can be. And so when people are able to do both, I think that's really special. And like with Postmaster, Charles Curtis, he showed up for work. He learned so much stunt choreography. He was at rehearsals for that, time in, time out. And he also showed up for the meals. He also was there to just hang out with us at Rap when he didn't need to be there. And he was just getting to know everyone on set. And it doesn't mean he has to be friends with everyone on set.
Yeah.
It just meant that he was actually like, he knew every person. And he knew who he wanted to spend time with, and he spent time with them. And it meant a lot. And
that's cool. So just being genuine, being present, being there, and being able to kind of have both sides of that coin of do the work, know why you're there, and do it well. But then also, when the cameras aren't rolling, who are you? Are you someone that people want to be around, and someone that can work well with others? And yeah, that's huge. It's also it's interesting because it's like. Yeah, actors can sometimes be. You see so much in media of like this actor's this difficult to work with and that difficult to work with, and you wonder what happens to an actor to get to that point where they become insufferable to work with. Because how did they get on set so many times if they were this way? And if it's just talent, that's wild. Because I would never want to work with someone that's like, they can cry on cue, but they suck to work with. Like. Like the thing about film is most of the time it's people coming together that want to work with each other, and so Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always felt like on your sets, was it felt like people that wanted to work with each other, and
Yeah.
whether or not they were stressed about the senior
Mhm.
thesis or
Mhm.
whatever.
But even at the family meal, you got that weird uncle, and
Yeah.
you learn how to tolerate it.
Exactly. Yep.
But it's family nonetheless.
Yep.
It's family.
It's like the lighting guy that's like, "Oh, you haven't seen Jaws 2?" You're like, "No, I'm sorry." And they just kind of look at you weird the whole time.
Yeah.
You're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
well, that guy's cool. He's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
he really loves Jaws 2.
He
Not
can
the
just,
first one, but
he can just be the Jaws guy.
Yep. Cool. You can have that guy." But, yeah, I'm so thankful that I met you, and I hope one day we get to do more.
To meet you too.
We do when we do the Postmaster 2, or
Oh yeah,
we do
perfect.
something crazy.
Perfect.
But yeah, I love having these on video, because I imagine like I have a few people that are like just starting out, whether they're an actor or they're doing stand up or something, and I think it'll be cool like to see like in 10 years if they've gone for it and they've made it, whatever that means, to have this sort of here. And so I think that's the same for you. I think you're gonna be super successful.
It's really
It'll be
nice
cool to have little video with
the
being
posterity.
Like, this was us, where we're like, I don't know what's going on.
Hey, we're just talking about Star Wars.
Eddie. I can't remember any of his other lines.
I'm thinking of that's the diner guy, or the guy
you're thinking of
the diner
Dax,
guy. And then there's
or are you
also
thinking of,
Dax, but also the guy who's like you rolled the dice.
The little like the blue guy with the little elephant trunk. What's his? Oh no, I'm a terrible Star Wars fan.
I
don't remember
know.
his
Who
name.
are we, bro?
He
was like a playable character in Lego Star Wars. I think.
Give me 2 seconds to think.
It's like it's with the W. I feel
it's not Watto, is it?
Watto feels right.
Is it Watto?
I feel like it's.
I think it's Watto.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong,
then we may as well just never watch Star Wars again.
Call me kill me and throw me, cut me in half, throw me down a pipe on Naboo.
I'll sew your legs back together. I'll give you robot legs,
and then I'll be.
And then you'll have your own show.
The poor guy just dies in 10 seconds on Tatooine. Which is so cool. And I can talk about that for an hour, but
that's a full circle right there. We made it.
We just did that.
Look at that. We're building.
Heck yeah, dude. Nice.